Thinking about moving to Myrtle Beach and are not sure where to start? In this video, we're going to be breaking down the top 10 places to live in the Myrtle Beach area, and we're not just naming neighborhoods. We're going on a full map tour showing you exactly where each community is located and what makes it stand out. I'll cover the median home prices, how close each area is to the beach, the airport, and shopping, and why certain spots are becoming a local favorite. Whether you're relocating for retirement, work, or just a change of pace, this guide will help you figure out which part of Myrtle Beach fits your lifestyle. So let's get into it. All right, so the first one up is going to be the city limits of Myrtle Beach. Now, our channel named Living in Myrtle Beach, but you will be shocked that most of the homes that we sell are outside of Myrtle Beach, which we are going to be showing you these other neighborhoods and communities that most people that come down to check out Myrtle Beach end up purchasing homes in, because it provides you with a more peaceful feel. Whereas if you live within the city limits of Myrtle Beach, it can be kind of busy during the tourist season. That being said, let's check out Myrtle Beach, the city limits of Myrtle Beach here. And the airport is going to be one of the landmarks that we're going to be using in this video, because we're going to be zigzagging all over the area here. So I just want to use the airport as a landmark, but the airport is within Myrtle Beach city limits right in here, and here it is right here. But Myrtle Beach is where all your attractions for the most part are going to be. For instance, like Broadway at the beach, which is one of the main attractions in the Myrtle Beach area. Broadway at the beach is right in here, as you can see. But most of the people that purchase in this area are, especially the beachfront, are investors or people looking for second homes. But you do have some residential homes in this area. Also, before I forget, let's not forget the minor league stadium here in the Myrtle Beach area, which is the home of the Pelicans. Just want to congratulate them on re-signing their lease here. They were scheduled to leave, but thank God that the politicians decided to have them stay here, and they signed an agreement, so they're going to be here for the time being. They are the Chicago Cubs high A ball affiliate. Love going there, have season tickets, love going there and watching these young kids play. But anyway, this is Myrtle Beach right here, where all your attractions are going to be. You're going to have your amusement parks, all your beachfront. Now, I will tell you this, the people that live in this area tend not to visit the boardwalk during the tourist season, because there tends to be a lot of knuckleheads there, especially after 8 p.m. So you will not catch, for the most part, you won't catch me hanging out there during the tourist season or after 8 o'clock. Anyway, I go to bed at 7, so you definitely won't catch me there. But up and down the Myrtle Beach area, you're going to have either condos or $1 million homes. So the homes here range between, you can get a condo for $160 or a beachfront home for, $2 million. So you have a mix of everything. And most of these $1 million homes are going to reside right in here, right off North Ocean Boulevard. If we zoom on down here, this is where most of your homes are going to be located that are on the higher price point. You're going to have homes right on the beach here. For instance, this one's being currently constructed here, but right along Ocean Boulevard, you're going to have your multi-million-dollar homes right along here. And here's a word of advice, if you move down here, most locals tend to stay in between the hotels. So if you look over here, you have hotels here, right? And then you have hotels on the other side here. Most of the locals tend to go to the beach down in this area here where the residential homes are. You do have some parking right here. So if you do live within the city limits, you do have to pay that city limit tax. And for that, you get access to free parking. So first come, first serve. So in between these residential homes, there will be some public parking here, but you don't have to pay if you live within the city limits. They will give you a parking pass, and you'll have parking in between the hotels here. Now, you cannot park in the hotel parking with that pass. This is only for the parking in between these residential homes right here. So as you can see, you have hotels here. So most people that live in the area, or even if you're visiting, vacationing, most of the tourists tend to hang out in front of the hotels. Walk down a little bit and you have a less crowded beach in this area right in here. But as you can see, a lot of these homes, beachfront homes, are beautiful. They have in-ground pools and all that good stuff. But you have a little mix of everything here. You have condos, you have residential homes. Let me just switch this back here. But Myrtle Beach is where all your attraction pretty much are for the most part. Very busy area, honestly, during the tourist season. I lived in a condo right off the Intracoastal Waterway here for a while when I first moved down here. I since moved a little further away. But anyway, this is an amazing area if you're looking to live close to where all the attractions are. This may be the place for you. A lot of people that purchase down here purchase second homes or condos. They use it as a vacation home. A lot of people snowbird down here, but you can find some nice resales here as well. Residential homes that are not too far from the beach. For instance, right down here, you have some resale homes you could possibly get into. This is an established neighborhood here. Some townhomes here. So you do have some residential. Let's see if we walk down this block here towards the beach. On the left side and right side, you will see some ranch homes right here. Some older style homes here. This one looks like it was remodeled here, but this is a walk to the beach. You can have some great opportunities where you get a good deal on a home that's very close to the beach. And if you're looking to live that close, this might be the perfect spot for you. But anyway, this is Myrtle Beach right here, and now we're going to move on to our next neighborhood. All right, next up we have North Myrtle Beach. North Myrtle Beach is going to be north of Myrtle Beach, where we just took a look at, hence the name North Myrtle Beach, and it's going to be right up here. North Myrtle Beach has probably one of my favorite beaches to go to, and I'm going to show you that in a second here. But before we get to that, I just wanted to give you a quick satellite imagery here of what Myrtle Beach looks like here, North Myrtle Beach. So North Myrtle Beach, you're going to have a bunch of hotels up here as well. You're also going to have some residential homes in this area here. You can probably get a resale here. A lot of this is, some people do purchase homes out here and they short-term rental them, but you can have a lot of ranch homes, older homes here in this community. But you're also going to have brand new homes as well. Here you're going to have raised. The closer you get to the beach, you're going to see some homes that are elevated or raised for FEMA purposes, because if you don't have it raised, your insurance is going to be ridiculously high. But some of these, you're going to see some townhouses, some condos, short walk to the beach if you live in this area. So as I mentioned, you're going to have a bunch of hotels and condos along the beach here. But if we zoom right back on out, and let me just square this up. Here, you're going to have a little airport, the Grand Strand Airport, which is a small airport for smaller planes. I actually have a friend who lives in Charleston, who's also a retired firefighter and decided to get his pilot license, and from time to time he'll come down and visit me to get some hours under his belt. He'll come and fly his plane here. We'll go for lunch actually right here in Barefoot Landing. So it's right close to the airport. Barefoot Landing is a very popular area in North Myrtle Beach. It is the heart and soul of North Myrtle Beach is this area here. You're going to have tons of restaurants here. One of my favorite being Blueberry Grill right here. Awesome breakfast and all that good stuff. But you have tons of shops here, little boutique shops, souvenir shops. Lulu in North Myrtle Beach right here. That's also amazing views of the intracoastal. They have some outdoor seating here. Then you have Taco Mundo, which is another one of my favorites here, and great outdoor seating here as well. But you're gonna have tons of restaurants here, entertainment. You have the Alabama Theater here. You also have the House of Blues right here. But most importantly, you have the Barefoot Resort and Golf Club right here. So you're gonna have a bunch of subdivisions in here, situated in here, right across the bridge. You cross this bridge right to Barefoot Resort, and in here you're gonna have a combination of townhomes, condos, and all that good stuff. For instance, I'll give you an example of what this area looks like here. So here you're gonna have some residential homes right in here. So we take a quick tour here. It won't let me go in there, but as you can see, you have residential homes here in this area, but also you have condos. So right in here you have condos here for sale. Actually, I sold 2 of these last year on the first floor, but this condo here has an amazing pool right there, and it's right across the street from Barefoot Landing right here. So if you live in this area here, you're gonna have access to all that entertainment. You do also have other subdivisions here. These are going to be condos right in here. So again, combination of condos and residential homes in this community. This is another residential community right in here. Actually, these are townhomes. As you can see, they're attached. They have a combination of everything here for you if you're looking to live in this community, surrounded by amazing golf right in here. So you have other subdivisions right here. For instance, this one is a residential neighborhood. Let's see what this one looks like here. So again, these homes are going to be older, a little older, relatively speaking, in the area. Homes that are communities that are already established. One of the biggest complaints we get is with new people purchasing homes in new communities is that they tear down all the trees. Well, here, this is an established community, so you're going to have some foliage here in the area. But it's an amazing community if you're into golf. Even if you're not into golf, honestly, it's an awesome community. But North Myrtle Beach is amazing because it has a crazy beautiful beach right here, one of my favorite, Cherry Grove Point right here. This beach right here, I mean, it's the times I've been there, never been packed. I set up my beach chair right in here and just enjoy the day. It's so beautiful, so picturesque. And this is where I'm going to show you some drone footage, but this is where a lot of people come just to get away from the busy beaches of Myrtle Beach. So if you're looking for a less crowded area, this is the place to go. Also, you have the famous pier here, the Cherry Grove Pier right here, which is awesome. And again, you're going to be close to the border of North Carolina in everything that North Carolina has to offer. You can jump over to their beaches if you like, but living in North Myrtle Beach is going to offer you the opportunity to enjoy all the seafood that the Calabash area in North Carolina has to offer. I call it the seafood capital of the world. They have amazing restaurants here if you're into seafood, but you're going to be close to that border there. But most importantly, this beach, one of the best beaches around. And in here in North Myrtle Beach, you're going to have amazing golfing. So if you're into golf, this is the perfect place for you. And the average price point up here is about $390,000. You will find homes up in the $700,000 to $800,000 range, but for the most part, that is the average price range up here in this area. But again, it is less busy than Myrtle Beach, but it's also tends to get crowded in on the holidays. For instance, 4th of July, all the beaches get crowded here. But if you ask me which beach is less crowded, it's going to be this. Compared to Myrtle Beach, it's going to be this beach here, Cherry Grove Point. Amazing beach. You definitely got to make it out here. All right, next up is a beach town, another beach town here, Surfside Beach, which is considered the family beach, and that is located right in here. So when you look at the airport, again, using the airport as a landmark, the airport is right here. and we looked at Myrtle Beach, which is right here, and North Myrtle Beach, which is right above that. So now we're heading south a little bit. We're going to be zigzagging around a little bit here, but as I mentioned, we're going to use the airport as a landmark so you don't get lost. So the two communities that we just looked at, Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, are going to be north of the airport. Now, south of the airport, we have Surfside Beach, the family beach. This is considered the family beach because it's family friendly here. Even though there are a lot of rentals here, the people that live here year round really police this town. They have rules and regulations, and some people may think that they're annoying, but not to the people who live here full time. They really police their town here, their little community here. And that's a good thing because a lot of the families love coming down here to enjoy Surfside Beach. Again, it's a family beach. And if we zoom on in here, the major point of interest of Surfside Beach would be the Surfside Beach Pier, which is brand spanking new. This is an older image here. Now they have a brand new pier here. Amazing, beautiful. It is an amazing pier. They did an amazing job on this pier. But down here, you're going to be seeing a lot of homes that are elevated, obviously, because of the proximity to the beach. So this is the pier here. It's an older footage here. This is completed. This is an image of while it was under construction, but now it's completed. It is completely built, and it's beautiful. Here you're gonna have a bunch of restaurants and shops down here. Just sold a house here, 2 homes here, to a couple of firemen, actually, a couple of FDNY members who had retired and decided to buy a vacation home for their family. But as you can see, you have homes that are elevated here, and yes, people do buy these for investments. Others buy them as vacation homes. But this community is absolutely gorgeous. And before I forget, another landmark in this area or highlight of the area is the Dogwood Lake observation deck. That's a tongue twister for me. The Dogwood observation deck right here. Really nice area. You have a lake here, so you can sit here and relax. You do have homes that surround this lake. For instance, I'll show you the aerial view here. You do have some homes that, actually, there was a few of them up for sale last year. I'm sure they sold, but you do have some homes that surround this lake here, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to live because, again, people police this town and make sure that things don't get out of hand. You do have some hotels here. You have the Holiday Inn Resort right here, but for the most part, this people that live here year-round. There are some that live here year-round, and then there are others who have second homes here or vacation homes. Also, you have investors who purchase some homes here, and rent them out Airbnb. But if we take a look at further out here away from the beach, these are the types of homes that you're going to see here. Again, these are going to be older homes in general. This actually reminds me of Long Island, where I lived. Gives me that Long Island feel, except they give away all the palmetto trees, which makes it feel more tropical. But these are the types of homes that are in the surrounding area here. For instance, this one was recently for sale. There's a for sale sign right there. So you could snag yourself a resale here. Not too many new constructions in Surfside Beach. The average price point here would be about $430,000. But the beaches here are spectacular. You are going to love them here. But again, you'll be close to, let me just circle back around. So you're going to be very close to the airport. Again, using the airport as a landmark. The airport is going to be just north of Surfside Beach. And again, it's considered the family beach because of the family atmosphere and the safeness of it, to be honest with you. Because if you hang out in Myrtle Beach and you've heard the news, a lot of things happen in Myrtle Beach during the tourist season. You never hear stories of anything like that at Surfside Beach. So if you're looking for a better beach to go to and spend some time in, it would be Surfside Beach because it is a lot quieter and a lot friendlier. Well, with that being said, let's move on to the next neighborhood. All right, next up is going to be a community that's just south of Surfside Beach, community we just looked at, and also it's going to be north of the airport right here. Again, using the airport as a landmark. You're going to be about 30 minutes to the airport when living in the Murrells Inlet area. So this is the Murrells Inlet area. I would not consider it a beach town because you do have to drive up 17 right here and access the beach through Atlantic Avenue. So it's not as convenient as Surfside Beach would be, but again, close enough where you can enjoy the beach anytime you want. And one of the biggest attractions here would be the Marsh Walk, which is located right in here. So if we click on the satellite view here image, this is the Marsh Walk right here. They have a nice little boardwalk here where you can walk out to the marsh and take some incredible shots here, beautiful pictures. But also this place is packed with restaurants and bars and all that good stuff. And during the holiday season, whether it's Easter, 4th of July, Christmas, they decorate this beautifully. In particular during 4th of July, everybody from Murrells Inlet comes and enjoys the firework display here. It is amazing, amazing. You definitely have to check that out. But that is one of the main attractions here. But also another attraction that you have is the Brook Green Gardens here. So this is an amazing area to visit too. You got to check them out. Beautiful, beautiful place to visit. I mean, you're surrounded by some architecture, some sculptures, I mean, some trails. A lot of realtors actually come in here and take their headshots for their business cards in this garden here because it is absolutely beautiful. You definitely have to check that out. But also, you're close to another state park. So last time we looked at the Myrtle Beach State Park, which I would advise you to get the season pass, because having the pass, you can visit both state parks. Huntington Beach State Park is right in here. Again, ample parking, a private beach here. You have to pay to access here. So you're going to have less tourists coming here. And it's a beach that's less crowded. But getting that season pass is going to give you full access to all the state parks here. And just before I forget, the median price point here is about $450,000. And most of the people that live here are retirees that want a quiet lifestyle. So if you're looking for a quiet lifestyle, a lot of retirees live here because you're not close to Myrtle Beach and all the business that Myrtle Beach has to offer. You're going to be nice and tucked away in the Murrells Inlet. And if you want to enjoy Myrtle Beach or North Myrtle Beach, or whether you want to drive up to North Carolina, you're straight drive away from those places, just driving up 17. Again, 17 is going to take you from North Carolina all the way down to Charleston. In fact, I take 17 to go visit my friend in Charleston all the time, the retired fireman who's now a pilot. I drive, he flies. But yeah, so it's an awesome road here. Off 17, you're going to have all your shopping, all your medical facilities right here. For instance, you have the Thailand's Community Hospital right here. All that's going to be close by, and again, surrounded by a golf community here. If you're into golfing, this is the perfect place for you. And again, you're not going to be too far from anything, to be honest with you. And it's a better place for you if you're looking for that tranquility without having to live in some of these other communities we're about to take a look at that are a bit inland compared to these beach towns. So with that being said, let's go check out the next neighborhood and community. So before we go on to explore the other communities in this video, just wanted to remind you that we created a website specifically with you in mind. We get a lot of feedback on this website. People are enjoying all the information that's in this website. But specifically, if you go to the cities tab, you're going to be greeted with an interactive map where you can explore the different communities in the area. So if you click on places, for instance, Gallivan 𝗘𝗺𝗶𝗹 Ferry. Right here, it's going to take you to the map, not only the map, but it's going to show you the homes that are currently available in this area. And the good news is that if you like any of these homes and you click the thumbs up button, the algorithm is going to start sending homes similar to those right in your inbox. People love this site, and they particularly love the fact that when you come here, you're going to see our playlist. You don't have to go to YouTube. You can watch the videos right here on this website. So we have our playlist of all the homes that we film in that particular town or city. Also, if you're looking to download our relocation guide, it is 39 pages of information right at your fingertips. You can go to the relocation tab and download your free copy today. It is an amazing site. And if you want to set up your one-on-one Zoom call, just simply click on the buy button here and you click on the Let's Get Started tab there, and that's going to ask you 3 questions, and you'll be on your way to scheduling your one-on-one Zoom call where we can sit down, find out exactly what type of lifestyle you want to live down here so we can narrow down the perfect home and community for you. So if that's something you like to do, simply click on Let's Get Started and we can start your home search today. So the next community we're going to take a look at is Carolina Forest. Carolina Forest is a huge master plan community, and before I forget, the average price point in this community is about $350,000. And what makes this community so popular are the schools. So you're going to get a younger demographic here. You're going to have younger families that still have kids attending school. You're going to have the elementary school right over here, right close by. You're going to have the Ocean Bay Elementary. You're going to have the Ocean Bay Middle School right there. You're also going to have the Academy of Arts and Science and Technology right here. But starting in the fall of 2025, they're building a brand new elementary school here. So if you live in any of these communities, for instance, the Farms, which is located right here, or if you live in Indigo Bay or Waterbridge right here, most likely if you have kids attending elementary school, they're going to be attending this new school, which is going to be right here. But yeah, this area is popular because of its education system, but also because of the proximity to not only shopping right along 501 here. You're going to have tons of shopping, your Walmart Supercenter, you're going to have a Tanger's Outlet, you're going to have Planet Fitness, you're going to have everything that you would want here. You're going to have your Lowe's Home Improvement, and also the Conway Medical Center, which is very important if you have a young family. You want to be close to the hospital, but also you're going to be close to Coastal Carolina University, which is a top-notch university here. So in reality, if you are a young family and you're looking to relocate down here, you're going to be in a great situation where you don't have to move out until your kids graduate college, because you're going to have all your schools and education close by here. And once they're out of college, perhaps you can move if you like to. But for the most part, if you have young kids, you don't have to move for a very, very long time. So here you're going to have brand new community actually popping up right here. Traditions by Chesapeake Homes. They're building brand new homes here. But also you're going to have 2 gated communities. So if you're looking to have intracoastal waterway access in a gated community, you should take a look at Waterway Palms Plantation, which is amazing right here. This is their amenity center here, but they also have homes that have access to the intracoastal right here. But if you don't have access to the intracoastal, you can also lost my spot there. You can also access the waterway through their ramps that they have here. Their private/public ramps here for the people that reside here. They also have on-site boat storage for you. So if you need some storage for your boat, they do have that on site. And right next to the Waterway Plantation, you also have the Carolina Waterways Plantation, which is right here. Now their amenity center is not as big as as Waterway Plantations, but they do have access to the waterway through a public ramp here as well, and they do have on-site storage for your boats and jet skis. And but living here, honestly, a lot of people enjoy it is because it's more of a staycation. Most of the communities that you're going to be moving in here are going to have amenity centers that are resort style. So you really don't have to take the kids out in the summer. They can just go enjoy the pool all they want. And if they want to enjoy Myrtle Beach, you'll be close by to Myrtle Beach as well. But most of the communities here, they do have great amenities such as the farms here. They have a beautiful pool here as well. So wherever you move here, again, the average price point is about $350,000. They do have a good combination of brand new homes and resales. So if you have any questions, make sure you contact us, and we can help you, find a perfect home in this community, especially if you're a younger family that still have children that are attending school. All right, so now we're going to head up to Conway. Conway is an area that we've covered thoroughly on this website. In fact, we have a playlist for it. So if you're looking to watch all the videos on Conway, I'm going to put a link right up here so you can watch it. Once you finish watching this video, I'll put a link here and also in the comment section below. That is a playlist that's very thorough. We cover a lot of communities in Conway. We even have some map tours of Conway. But with that being said, Conway is one of the most expansive maps. And the reason why I say expansive is because it is always expanding as they're building out in these rural areas here of Conway. The Conway map keeps changing. In fact, this boundary right here is a little bit outdated, and I do mention that in my other videos. It's outdated because there are some communities that are in here that are considered to be in Conway. They're brand new communities, and they are considered to be in Conway. Now, using the airport again as a landmark, Conway is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes away, depending where you are in Conway to the airport. Again, using the airport as a landmark, that's how far you're going to be from the airport, depending on which area you are in Conway. And again, you're going to be right along 501 here. And what makes Conway so special is it's a very historic town. So if you go to downtown Conway, right in here, in fact, let me just click on the satellite image here. So downtown Conway is a very historic area here, and it's one of our favorite spots because when we first moved down here, we were closing, I think the day before closing, we needed a place to stay. We decided, out of curiosity, to stay here in the Cypress Inn. The Cypress Inn is a bed and breakfast, legit bed and breakfast. It's very, I want to say antique. All the furniture is antique. The bedroom was kind of the bedrooms were antique, and they were also pet friendly. And because we were traveling with our dogs, we needed a place to stay. And let me tell you, we fell in love with downtown Conway, and it was by accident because we had no idea of what Myrtle Beach had to offer. And if you know our story, we just came down here on a whim. We were just like, let's move, let's get out of New York. And we ended up staying here, and I'm so glad we did, because that's how we discovered downtown Conway. So downtown Conway is a very historic area. And if we go to right down here, this bridge Main Street takes you right to the downtown area and to the city hall, which is right over here. And down here they are constantly having events, whether it's farmers market, musical events. But this is the city hall right here, and they decorate this. Obviously this was taken during the holidays, but they decorate the town for every single holiday, and it's beautiful down here. I mean, just walking through this area here, you get that feel, the historic feel of the area and of Conway. But tons of mom and pop shops here, tons of restaurants, local restaurants that you can enjoy. You have everything from Italian to, you have a bistro that's right around the corner, which is one of my favorite, Rivertown Bistro. But as you're walking around this town, again, you feel the history, honestly. And then you have a little area here where you can sit down and check out the mural here. You can sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee that you purchase from your local coffee shop, which is right down here somewhere. I believe it's over here. But anyway, this is what it looks like down here. And then you have, on top of that, you have the Riverwalk, which a lot of people find enjoyable. Let me just zoom on out here. The Riverwalk is going to be right in here. You have the Conway Marina right here, and then you have the Riverwalk right over here. Where are you? Where's it? Here we go. This is the Riverwalk right here. So you have a bunch of restaurants here, oceanfront restaurants here. They have a little boardwalk where you can walk across. And they also have a little, right by the marina, they have a little area here. This is the Marina Riverwalk right here. People just sit down here and have picnics. And also, I've seen from time to time young kids just fishing right off a bench, because there's a bunch of benches that are lined up right here, and they're fishing on the 𝗂𝗁 River here. And I believe there's about, I want to say 18 species of fish in the 𝗂𝗁 River. But this is what makes Conway so special, and it's forever expanding, as I mentioned, because this is one of the most this is the area that's most expanding, or they're building up, because everything that is further away from the beach tends to be a lot more affordable. So there are a lot of people that are moving into this area. So a lot of builders are taking advantage of that and are deciding to build a lot of brand new homes in this area. And the average price point in this area is about $275,000. That's including resales and also new construction. But what makes it special is that you still have great schools in this area. You're going to be close to the beach. You're going to be about 30 to 35 minutes from the beach, right off 501, or you can take 701 right here and take that to Surfside Beach, which is another beach. It's going to be about 45 minutes away to Surfside Beach, which is right here. But you're going to be close to all the beaches, but yet you're going to be living in a more affordable area, because it is further away from the beach. And you're going to be close to all the shopping as well. Along 501 here, you have all your big box stores here. You have your Lowe's Home Improvement. You have your Tanger's Outlet. You have your medical center right here, Conway Medical. You also have the Coastal Carolina University right here, which the boys, the men's baseball team, they reached the World Series, the final, but they unfortunately lost recently. But they have a great sports program in here. So if you have young kids that are going to college, this would be ideal. Awesome school, awesome sports program in here, and awesome education. But that's another school there. But also the schools around here, the high schools and the elementary schools, are top notch according to niche.com. So if that's what you're looking for to raise a family in this area, would be ideal, because it is affordable. You can get yourself a 4-bedroom home, for average price point of about $280, $275, $280, depending on the age of the home. But you also have your Publix, you have all your supermarkets along 501, so everything is going to be close by for you. And also, let's not forget to mention, if you are into golfing, you're going to be surrounded by golf courses here. You have your Myrtle Beach National. You're going to have your Wild Wing right in here. So you're going to be surrounded by golf courses here. I'm sorry, the Wild Wing Plantation golf courses right here. But anyway, you're going to be surrounded by golf courses here, and you're going to love it, because again, you can get into a brand new home for a very, very affordable price. The next neighborhood is 𝗧𝗃. Now, 𝗧𝗃, again, using the airport as a landmark. As you can see, 𝗧𝗃 is right here. It almost looks like a butterfly. And I'll map that out for you right here. You can barely see the outline here, but this is 𝗧𝗃 right here. I call it the butterfly because it does look like a butterfly to me, but that's 𝗧𝗃 right there. And that's another community that has great schools. So a lot of young families live there because of the schools, but you also have a good mix of older families living there. There are some neighborhoods, older communities there, but you do have some new constructions there as well. The median price point is going to be about $280, $275, $280, around that. That's including new construction and resale, combination of both. But that is 𝗧𝗃 right here. And again, using the airport as a landmark, you're going to be minutes away to the airport, minutes away to Myrtle Beach State Park, which is right here. Again, get those season passes for the state parks here, because you can visit all the state parks. It's $100, but you can visit all the state parks in South Carolina with that pass. You're also going to be close to places like 𝗶𝘁'𝗀 at the beach right here. You're going to be close to where is the mall? So the mall is going to be right in here. Coastal Carolina Mall is going to be right there. But this is 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗶 right here. And let me just clear this up here, and let's look at the satellite image here so you can get a closer look. What makes this area so special is that couple of neighborhoods here, you do have access to the intracoastal. For instance, you do have a older community here, and they have boat access. They have access to the intracoastal. And if your community does not have access, there is a really cool island adventure water sports right here where you can rent jet skis and boats, and you can go out on the intracoastal and enjoy the day there as well. But you are going to be surrounded by newer neighborhoods and older neighborhoods in this area with access to the intracoastal, and being, again, close to the beach, being close to Myrtle Beach State Park. Not only Myrtle Beach State Park, but all the beaches down here in this area, like for instance, Surfside Beach, Garden City Beach, Murrells Inlet. You're going to be close to all those beaches as well, and enjoy all the shopping is going to be close by. You're going to enjoy, like I mentioned, top-notch schools in this area, but you do get a good combination, again, of new and old homes here, with the average, the median price point being between $275 and $280. It's been going back and forth, but that is the median price point here. And again, you're going to be close to 501, and as I mentioned, with Conway, all on 501, you're going to have all your shopping there as well. So you're going to be close to it all. And one thing that a lot of people love about living in this community is access to places like Market Commons. And I think I mentioned this in the other community. Market Commons is a nice area to come and visit. You have your movie theaters here. You have tons of shops and restaurants down here. And if we take a walk around, you have your Barnes and Nobles here. You also have your movie theater here. But all along here, you have restaurant shops, boutique shops, some breweries. You have fitness, coffee shops, you name it, steak houses. So if you're looking for a place to hang out, for those living in 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗶, this is their main hub where they come and enjoy the day. The walkability here is really, really awesome. And they do have farmers markets right in this area right here. Let me see if I can zoom out. Right in here, you have farmers markets on Saturdays and Sundays right in here. But it's a really nice area. So you're going to be close to all that and so much more while living in 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗶 in Myrtle Beach. So now we're out in Longs. Longs is going to be a much more rural areas than the areas that we just looked at around 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗶, closer to the water there. But Longs, it's another area such like Conway that's expanding as well. The map is always expanding in Longs because they are building this up. The good thing about living here is that you can get bigger lots or more bang for your buck. By moving to this area, you're going to get bigger lot sizes. So if that's what you're looking for, Longs may be it. You have a good combination of resale homes here as well as new construction. Again, as I mentioned, this area is also expanding. They're putting a lot of money into this area because it is expanding. You're getting a lot of builders that are building in here, and there are some awesome communities that are coming along within the next couple of months. So if that's something you're interested in, give us a call. Our contact's right there on the screen, but give us a call and we'll give you the heads up when that's going to be ready, or we can jump on that one-on-one Zoom call. But anyway, this is Longs right here. And if we look at Longs compared to the other communities that we were looking at, so Longs is going to be, I'll show you again, using the airport as a landmark. I'll show you 1 second here. Using the airport as a landmark, Longs is going to be right in here, and this is where the airport is going to be. So you're going to be about 40 minutes to the airport, depending on traffic. You'll be about 45 minutes to the airport from Longs, depending where you are in Longs. And again, it's a bit away from the beach, but what makes it so special is that Longs is right off. Let me just clear this up. Longs is going to be right off 9. So 9 is going to take you straight down to places such as Cherry Grove Beach, which is one of my favorite beaches. In fact, my sister came to visit recently and we ended up going to Cherry Grove Point. Now, if you're not familiar with this area, this is a hidden gem here. You have amazing beaches here. I mean, you can walk out really deep. You got little pools of water here, and you'll see families with their kids. They don't have to necessarily go close to the beach because they have like little pools of water here where they can watch their young kids as they play in the water. And this water is crystal clear. I'm telling you, I was amazed when I first came here. My sister loved it here. You have people boating in here, kayaking in here. They have kayak rentals where you can kayak back and forth here. And this water is super tranquil. So if you have young kids and you want them to be safe, this is an awesome beach. But it is a hidden gem. Not too much parking here, so you do have to come early to grab a spot. That's the only drawback, which is why it doesn't really get that crowded, because for the most part the people that come here are staying in this area here. But that is Cherry Grove Beach. But living in Longs, you're going to be about 20 to 25 minutes to that beach. Not only that, you're going to be close to the McLeod Hospital right here, which I know it's very important for those of you moving down here. You want to make sure you have good hospitals close by. That is a good hospital. You're also going to be close to Barefoot Landing. So if we zoom on in here, Barefoot Landing is going to be right in here. So you're going to be about 25 to 30 minutes away to Barefoot Landing, which is a nice area right here. You have the Alabama Theater, the House of Blues. You have Lulu's in North Myrtle Beach here. So you're going to be close to North Myrtle. Oh, also, let's not forget about my favorite spot, Blueberry Grill. Great breakfast in there. That's what you're looking for. But living out in Longs, you're going to be close to, you're going to be able to purchase something with, a nice lot if you're looking for that. If you're looking for bigger lots where homes are not built right on top of each other, this might be the ideal spot for you, because you're still going to get less congestion, much quieter setting, and the average price point or median price point is about $300,000. And let's not forget, if you're into golfing, you're going to be close to Aberdeen Country Club, which is right here. You can get to enjoy that as well. But again, you're going to be close to it all here, living in Longs. Something that you might want to look into when you come down here. Take a drive around. I will create a hot sheet for you so you can see all the new constructions that they're doing, that they're building up in this community in Longs, in this neighborhood. So I can do that for you. I'll create the hot sheet so you can go to each neighborhood, see which one you like best, and we'll take it from there. And if you're looking for resales, there are some great resale homes in this area as well, which have lots and lots of property. So typically with the resales, you're going to get bigger property sizes. With the new construction, you're still going to get bigger lots than you would in the other communities, but not as big as those resale homes. Some of these resale homes, you have about close to an acre lot. So if that's something you're looking for, this can be the ideal spot for you. Now we're in Loris. Now Loris is going to be a little further away than Longs. Longs is right in here. So Loris is going to be another 15, 20 minutes west of Longs. And just so I could zoom on out here, you're going to be about 45 minutes, sometimes 50 minutes to the beach, a little longer than you would be in Longs. But again, in here, if you're thinking about having that country feel, somewhere where they're not expanding as much as they are in these other communities. Most of the homes here, they do have some new construction, but a lot of them are just going to be resales. This is a place for you if you're looking for that country feel without the fear of this area expanding anytime soon. This can be ideal for you as well. You're going to be right off 9 again. And as I mentioned, with Longs, and 9's going to take you right down to all those beautiful places that I mentioned previously: Cherry Grove Beach, 𝗶𝘁'𝗏 Beach, North Myrtle Beach, and you're right here on the North Carolina, South Carolina border as well. And you can visit places such as Calabash, where you'll be about 45 minutes away from there, or you can cheat on South Carolina and visit the beaches of North Carolina, which are Sunset Beach or Ocean Isle Beach. Those are all beautiful beaches as well. But you're gonna be all the way up here. You're gonna be quite a ways away from the shopping. You're gonna be about 50 minutes away from all the shopping. But you can also take 701. If you take 701 straight down to downtown Conway, you can visit downtown Conway. You're going to be about 45 minutes away from there as well. But again, if you're looking for that country feel, this can be the place for you. And it's just north of Longs, the area we just visited. Now, Loris, again, they're not expanding as much as Conway or Longs right now. So again, if this is the area that you want, I can put that hot sheet together for you so you can visit the different communities in this area to see if it's a right fit for you, because ultimately that's what our job is, to make sure that we give you as much information as possible so you can come down here and explore the area for yourself. Because as I mentioned to all my clients, this is not an easy decision. You're not buying a pair of shoes, even though buying a pair of shoes for some could be a major decision, but this is it's vital for us to provide you that information so you can make an informed decision at the end of the day for you and your family. But Longs is going to have that quaint little hometown feel, and the median price point is $250,000. So you are going to get more bang for your buck by moving out there. The only drawback is you do have to drive a little bit for all your shopping and all your needs. I mean, you do have some, if we zoom on in, you do have your Wendy's, your KFC, your fast food. You do have an urgent care here, so you have all that close here. But if you want to visit all the big box stores, you are going to have to travel a bit. Right down 9, that'll take you to all the big box stores on North Myrtle Beach. Or even if you take 701 down to 501, that's where all the shopping, as I mentioned in the other when we covered the other communities and other towns. 501, you're gonna have all your shopping there as well. So it is a great place to live. The only drawback is you are going to be living more in the country, so you are going to have to travel to get everything you need in terms of anything you would need in a big box store. And don't forget the sugar, because you're gonna have to drive to get the sugar or the milk. So with that being said, let's move on to the next community. All right, so now we're going to take a look at Little River. Little River is going to be way east of Longs in places such as Loris, and it's going to be right in this area here. You're going to be right smack on the border of North Carolina, South Carolina, much more closer to the beach. So if you're looking to go to, again, that beach I was mentioning, the Cherry Grove Point, you got to be much closer to that beach. So what makes this area special, a lot of retirees live in here. It's a much quieter area, less congested, but you do have some communities that do have waterfront access here. And one of the biggest draws and attractions of living here in the Little River area is the Big M Casino. Now, if we look at the Big M Casino here, this is a casino boat that takes you, there are 2 of these boats. It takes you out to the ocean, because gambling is illegal here in South Carolina. But if you're on a boat, apparently, and you go out to the ocean, you can gamble your heart away. So, or your money away. But this is the Big M Casino right here. You do have a bunch of restaurants here, waterfront restaurants, really nice little, I like to call them hole in the walls there, because they're a little hole in the walls, but the food is awesome. You can also charter boats here. You can rent jet skis, all that good stuff here. You're also going to be close to, as I mentioned, the North Carolina border here. So the North Carolina border is right here, and you're going to be close to the seafood capital of the world, which is Calabash. Calabash is right in here. You're going to have tons of restaurants there as well. So if you're a seafood lover, or if you're a beach lover, you're going to have access to both the South Carolina beaches and also the North Carolina beaches. You're going to have access to both. What makes this awesome is living here is you're going to be much closer to the hospital. You're going to have the 𝗕𝗺𝗁 Hospital right here, very close by. You're also going to be close to 31. 31 is one of those roads that takes you straight across, again, using the airport as a landmark. The airport is right in here. So using the airport as a landmark, you're going to be about 40 minutes, 45 minutes away from the airport. The airport's right in here. But you can take 31. If you take 31, you can definitely cut some time. You take 31, which is right here, straight down to 501. 501 will take you right to the airport, right to 17, or right to the airport. But you're going to have access, again, all the attractions here along the North Myrtle Beach area, such as the Barefoot Landing, as I mentioned before in the other, when I was talking about Longs at Anor. You're gonna have access to Barefoot Landing here, but all your shopping, but much closer to the North Carolina border. We did sell a couple of homes here to people who have family living in North Carolina, but they did not want to live in North Carolina, but they live close right on the border here. Their family members did. So they got the best of both worlds. They got to live in South Carolina where they wanted to be, but yet close enough to their family members who live close by in the North Carolina area. You're also going to have, again, surrounded by golf courses here. You do have a couple of golf courses here. You have the River Hills Country Club right here. You have the Eagle's Nest right here as well. And you have great communities here. You have a combination both of new constructions and resales, but a lot of great new constructions here. The average price point here is about $310,000. And let's not forget about the Vereen Memorial Gardens here. Now, this is an awesome area to visit. You can drive your car right up here, and when you get to the end here, you do have some nice walking trails here. The Vereen Memorial Park is right here. You can walk along the boardwalk here. Really nice time. In fact, really quiet. So if you want some time to go and just enjoy walking the trails and meditating, all that good stuff, this is a really nice area to go to. You're going to be close to that as well. But again, surrounded by golf courses here in a little river. Really nice mix of being in a nice quiet area, but being close to all your shopping and the beaches.